You've seen the e-bikes, you've seen the electric kick scooters, but have you seen this? This is a full-fledged electric scooter called the Ecooter E5. Ito yung flagship model sa local Ecooter lineup. Zero emissions siya tulad ng maliit na e-bike, pero matulin at mas malayo nararating tulad ng gasoline-powered motorcycle. But this flagship comes with a pretty hefty price tag of nearly 300,000 pesos. Now what exactly do you get for that amount? Alamin natin. Sobrang sleek ng design nitong E5. It has a minimalist look with a clean two-tone colorway. Wala ka masyadong makikita nangyayari dito sa harap, wala masyadong mga linya dyan. Ang pinakaagaw na pansin lang ay itong flat rectangular headlight that has a very futuristic look to it. The scooter retains its minimalist design dito sa gilid at sa likod. Nakatago yung foot peg dito sa ilalim, tapos walang grab bar, and in place of it are these handles. Maganda itsura pero same function lang din naman overall. The silver finish naman dito sa ilalim blends with the overall colorway quite nicely. And dito sa likod, it also gets a sleek, futuristic taillight that matches the one up front. Pagdating naman sa kulay, there's plenty. This is the pearl white, pero it also comes in a Raffy red, quantum gray, dark blue, and diamond black. Isisihin naman natin ngayon yung powertrain kasi for sure dito kayo maraming tanong. The E5 is powered by two 64-volt 42-amp-hour lithium-ion batteries. Dalawa nito, and oo, medyo mabigat siya. That powers the electric motor that generates 8,000 watts or 10.73 horsepower and 260 Nm of torque. Gamit ng setup na to, the E5 can go up to about 103 km per hour and maximum range naman ay nasa more than 200 kilometers. Ngayon, the E5 is just like any other regular motorcycle, meaning kailangan niya ng rehistro at kailangan mo ng lisensya with the right restriction code para ma-ride to. And of course, kailangan mo din ng legit na motorcycle helmet. Now let's talk charging. Meron kang dalawang options dito. Isasaksak mo directly from the scooter or kakalasin mo yung dalawang baterya tapos saka mo isasaksak to a 220-volt socket. Yun nga lang, iisa lang yung charger na kasama ng unit na to. So kapag baterya yung gagamitin mo to a socket, dalawang beses ka magsasaksak. Sa experience ko, when I charge it directly from the scooter, it took me about 7 hours from 0 to full. Sa baterya naman, hindi ko siya naorasan pero what I can be sure of is na full charge naman parehas overnight. Magkano naman ang isang baterya, you might ask? Well, check natin. Itong nasa spec ng E5, which is the 64-volt 42-amp-hour battery, costs 65,000 pesos each. Merong mas maliit na 30 amp-hour na 50,000 pesos at yung 20 amp-hour naman ay 38,000 pesos. Meron ding mas malaki na 45 amp-hour na 72,000 pesos each naman. Tulad na sinabi ko ng preview namin, sobrang daming features itong E5 kaya madami pa tayong kukutingtingin dito. Simulan natin sa display. Unahin natin tong battery. This shows you the battery status and yung consumption mo for the past 10 days or for the past 24 hours. Also, it shows you the battery temp. It normally just reads 32 degrees Celsius pero pag tumaas yan to 40, automatically mamamatay na yung scooter. Next, you have audio selection kasi merong audio cues yung scooter pag kunwari nagsisignal light ka or pag nagsa-start up. So pwede mo piliin niya. Marami kang selection. Bawat isa, there are options. Tapos next, smartphone connectivity, which will allow you to track the bike via GPS. It also shows you your driving history saka yung battery consumption mo, among many other things. Next is the tire pressure monitoring system. So kita niyo naman merong KPA readings for the front and rear tires and meron ding tire temperature. Next naman is yung display. Pwede mo actually baguhin tong kung anong nakikita mo dito ngayon. Let's select a different theme. Let's try out this one. So, pag bumalik ka sa home, iba na yung tsura niya. Although, kita mo pa rin naman yung battery health mo, battery status, yung odometer, current trip, saka itong speedometer mo, of course. So, let's go back to the ride modes. There are 4 available in the E5. Sport, Power, City, and Eco. So, by default, nakabukas yung Sport mode, tapos pipili ka lang among Power, City, and Eco kung ano yung gagamitin mo para makapag-switch ka using this on-the-fly switch na pwede mong palitan habang nag-ride. So, Sport allows you to reach top speed which is about 103 km per hour. Power naman about 60 to 70 km per hour. City hanggang 50 kph and Eco hanggang 25. Note na habang pababa ng pababa yung top speed, pahina din ng pahina yung torque output nan. Meron din basic amenities tong E5 tulad nitong maliit na taguan dito sa ilalim na dito mo rin makikita yung susian. And by the way, you can also operate the E5 wirelessly. Of course, meron ka ding malaking underseat compartment, which is also pretty impressive considering na nasa ilalim din ang upuan yung baterya. Meron ka ding side stand na may kill switch at center stand. Tapos dito naman sa gilid, meron kang USB-A charging port. Madali gamitin yung E5 sa araw-araw. Di naman siya ganun kabigat i-maneuver, so masarap siya i-daily. Di ko rin na nakala, pero ang laking bonus din pala na may reverse. Nakatulong na sa akin more than once nang nasa masikip na parking area ako. Hindi rin tinipid yung gulong. There's ample grip even when cornering thanks to the large tires underneath. The scooter also banks pretty well, as good as any other regular scooter actually. Tapos surprisingly, ang komportable talaga niya sa lubak. Better than most small scooters I've tested. Hindi rin feeling na magkakalas-kalas yung mga fairings o yung ibang pyesa sa ilalim pag minalas ka sa lubak. Sobrang sarap din niya gamitin sa mahabang biyahe kasi bukod sa malambot yung suspension, may cruise control to. Yun lang talaga, sobrang sama talaga ng headlight niya. Masyadong nakatutok pataas yung dim so may malaking parang dead spot sa may harapan mo. Medyo hassle makakita pag gabi. Okay na sana kasi may passing light. Another thing to note ay yung pag na-stuck ka sa pahon or sa bitin, medyo mahirap. Kasi pag nakapreno ka, hindi talaga siya aabante. Tapos minsan sa stop and go traffic, pag nalilimutan ko na hindi siya arangkada pag nakapreno, ang tendency medyo jerky yung take-off ko from the stop. Nakadepende din yan sa riding behavior natin. Ako kasi sanay ako na maarangkada nakapreno pa ng konti. Hindi yun pwede sa scooter na to. Workaround ko dito ay to switch to the lower setting kapag nasa traffic ako. Kasi at least pag naging jerky nga yung andar ko, hindi ganun kalakas yung batak, diba? Speaking of the ride modes na nabanggit natin kanina, what I can say is hindi ko nagamit at all yung eco mode. Kasi masyado talaga siya mabagal. Up to 25 kph, yun yung andar ng mga e-bike sa bike lane eh. Ang pinagpapalitan ko lang lagi ay city saka sport. Pagdating naman sa fuel consumption, yung pinakamalala ko nang nakuha sa Ecooter was roughly 1% per kilometer. Sa 100% mo na baterya, you can get about 100 kilometers for it. So, i-base natin sa 10 pesos per kilowatt hour charging rate na Meralco, you'll probably spend about 60 pesos sa isang full charge nito from 0 to 100. Converting that to the per kilometer spending, that's roughly 0.6 pesos per kilometer. Pagdating naman sa city riding, I was able to get nearly triple that consumption. So while I wasn't able to spend straight 100% to 50% to get a proper computation, I'm confident na kayang-kaya nitong Ecooter yung sinasabi nilang 200 kilometers plus of range on one full charge. Time to weigh the pros and the cons. Unahin natin yung cons. Una, pangit yung headlight. Deal breaker talaga yan for me. Kasi kung ipang-commute mo to daily sa Metro Manila, malamang sa malamang aabutin ka madalas ng dilim. Pangalawa, yung charging. Swerte ka kung saan ka nagpa-park, makapag-charge ka din. Pero otherwise, kakailanganin mo magkalas ng baterya, which is medyo hassle, at bitbitin to, sabi ko nga, napakabigat, bago ka pa makapag-charge. Pangatlo, yung price tag. This costs 285,000 pesos, which is pretty expensive. Although kung tutusin mo, para lang din siyang 300cc maxi scoot. Yun nga lang, lahat ba ng tao naghahanap ng ganong kalaking maxi scoot para ipang-commute sa Metro Manila? Ngayon naman, yung pros. Number 1, this bike comes with powerful disc brakes and dual-channel ABS. You don't always get that in a small scooter. Number 2, yung dami ng features dito. You have cruise control, you have reverse. You also have a tire pressure monitoring system with a battery gauge and a consumption meter. And number 3, yung fuel savings. A full tank of this, so to speak, costs 60 pesos. Bali yung full charge ng dalawang baterya. It can take you at least 200 kilometers. So, doing the math, that's gonna cost about 0.3 pesos per kilometer. And on a motorcycle that can do about 40 kilometers per liter, sabihin na natin 60 pesos per liter yung gas. Doing the math again, that's about 1.5 pesos per kilometer yung costs. So, sa isang taon, let's say you do 10,000 kilometers, about 12,000 pesos yung matitipid mo versus that motorcycle pag ito yung gamit mo. Ngayon gagamitin namin dito yung scoring system na ginagamit namin for our car reviews. Now for context, if I were to give the previous Honda CB150X review a score, that would be a solid 9 out of 10. For this one, I'd probably give the Ecooter E5 a good 8.5.